Now, from Kern Golden Empire Television, 17 News at 5.
It's a 17 News special report tonight on one man's crusade for kids under the influence of gangs and drugs. Tonight we profile with a mission to steer kids away from a life of crime and drugs.
Thank you. We now continue with our look at local gang prevention programs that are making a difference here in Bakersfield.
And when it comes to faith-based intervention and prevention, perhaps no single person has done more for this community than Manny Carrizales. From Bakersfield to South Central LA, the founder of Stay Focused Ministries has spent nearly 2 decades in the trenches helping troubled youth find turning points in their lives. He's an ex-con, ex-gangbanger, ex-addict.
We need to go reach these kids now when they're small.
And for nearly 20 years, he's been a fixture on the mean streets of Bakersfield.
So we can influence the right way instead of the wrong way.
Reeling in kids who may be swimming downstream, where the currents of violence and drug abuse claim young lives every day.
When God touched my heart, that was it. And one of the things I learned years ago was that the greatest sermon is my life.
Stay focused now.
And with a new infusion of funds from the county, Carrizales is ramping up his ministry.
Board of Supervisors, they asked us to do something to do 100 gang members and 180 youth. That's what they asked us to do 1 year. We almost tripled it in 7 months.
Carrizales likes the one-on-one in the trenches, but he also likes the big productions, like this recent weekend of skateboarding he sponsored along with Garden Pathways.
Make some noise! Yes, sir.
Open skating for local kids, exhibition skating by professionals, like Great Britain's street skate phenom Brian Sumner, a devout Christian who, as a rising teen star, watched some of his best friends careen downhill into lives of drug and alcohol abuse.
I watch drugs and I watch the abuse of just the ignorance of the world, really, and just jumping into everything, mess up my friends' lives. You definitely see those kids, and they got their tight pants and their punk-looking hair, and they're like the attitude we all have at that age, but there's an innocence there. But this is the age when you got to get to them, and when you tell them, look, the stuff you're into right now, it's innocent. You haven't got responsibility. If you run with this stuff, it's going to take you into the ground, and you won't be getting out of there, you know.
Dennis Martinez is a former world and U.S. skateboarding champion. He told the kids here how he reached the pinnacle of his sport by age 17, but
at 15, I got introduced to cocaine, and so that was the turning point of my life.
Dennis Martinez lived the dream and then shattered it. He shared his life story with these kids, a story chronicled in a gripping no-holds-barred documentary on the rise and fall and redemption of 4 of the world's most influential skateboarders from the 1970s. It's called, fittingly, DOPE, an acronym which stands for Death or Prison Eventually.
By the time I was 17 world champion, I was already a full-blown drug addict, and then I wasn't getting high enough. 1980 comes along, my neighbor turns me onto the needle, and for the next 16 years I became a junkie. I lost all my sponsorship, I lost everything, turned to the streets, became a criminal, robbing and doing things that I never ever thought I'd find myself doing, and just becoming as low as can be, sleeping underneath a bridge, eating out of dumpsters, and so 2 overdoses. I'm tired of what drugs is doing to America, to our kids, and I want to help them.
Martinez says he gave his life to the Lord 12 years ago. He's been clean and sober ever since. He runs a transition house for paroled inmates in San Diego. He's a prison chaplain and a warrior for wayward kids.
Dope doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care what color you are, what religion, nationality, it doesn't care. So over 80% of the people that are incarcerated, they were under the influence of drugs. So this war on drugs has been going on for a long time, and so now I want to fight this war on drugs. I sleep it, I dream it, I eat it, that's what I do.
These are the kinds of people Manny Carrizales brings to his outreach events, mainly because kids relate to them.
If we can reach these kids on this avenue, from skating to bring them in, our story is that it doesn't make a difference where you come from, that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
One of the faces in the crowd today, a little Bakersfield boy who several months ago stole his mom's car.
Because I was mad.
Why?
Because I couldn't go to my friend's house.
And led CHP officers on a high-speed chase down Highway 99. Manny Carrizales heard about Daniel in the news, and he immediately went after him to get him and stay focused. How is he helping you?
He's helped me telling me about respect and honesty and all that.
The same thing he's teaching these two boys. Bobby Campbell turned to Stay Focused Ministries for help with her stepson, Brian.
I'm usually getting in fights over weird things, just getting in fights, and now I'm just talking about it.
But we didn't force him into anything. He went and sat in on a class and decided he wanted to come.
With no father figure in his life, Denzel Nuttall turned to gangs as a young teen after his mother was sent to prison. Carrizales has helped Denzel refocus on his skating.
So they helped me out like big time.
If we can reach these kids on this avenue from skating to bring them in, the story or the message to these kids is that there's hope, but to make right choices.
After all, it is all about turning points. Now, if you would like more information on Stay Focused Ministries, you can call them at 322-HOPE. That's 322-4673. They also have a website. You can check out that.